When 1.5 million balloons were released into the sky, something happened that the world will never forget. A celebration that was supposed to bring joy suddenly turned into a terrifying disaster. Hi, dear friends, around the world, balloons are a symbol of happiness. Weddings, festivals, birthdays, and public events all use them to create beauty and excitement. Filled with helium or hydrogen, these colorful balloons rise towards the sky and make every moment feel magical. But there is one incident where this symbol of joy became the reason for tragedy. In the United States, the charity organization United Way planned a massive event in 1986. Their goal was to raise awareness and gather donations in a creative way. The idea was bold: release millions of balloons at once, break a world record, and create a sight the world would remember forever. A team from Los Angeles designed the entire project and spent 6 months preparing for it. Thousands of volunteers worked day and night to fill the balloons. Originally, the plan was to release 1 million balloons, but due to weather warnings, the number was reduced to 1.5 million. Even then, the event was set to become historic. When the day arrived, crowds filled the streets of Cleveland. Families, children, and media teams stood ready with their cameras. As soon as the countdown ended, the balloons were released. The sky instantly transformed into a rainbow of colors. People clapped, cheered, and felt as if they were witnessing a dream come true. But within minutes, that dream collapsed. Cold winds suddenly changed direction. The helium balloons, instead of rising higher, began to fall back toward the city. Millions of balloons dropped over roads, buildings, houses, and even the airport. Traffic came to a standstill. Several cars collided. Flights were delayed because pilots could not see the runway clearly. The entire city was thrown into confusion. At that same time, 2 fishermen were missing in Lake Erie. When rescue teams rushed out to save them, the lake and the sky were so full of drifting balloons that the Coast Guard could barely see anything. The rescue operation failed, and both fishermen tragically lost their lives. Their families later sued the organizers for millions of dollars, blaming the chaotic balloon release for preventing the rescue. The problems didn't end there. Nearby farms reported that animals panicked because of the noise and chaos. Horses were injured, and the owners also filed lawsuits. What was meant to be a joyful fundraiser turned into a huge legal and financial disaster for the charity. This event forced many countries to rethink balloon releases. In several places around the world, strict rules were introduced. For example, in Australia, environmental authorities can fine anyone releasing helium balloons because they rise high into the atmosphere, burst, and fall into the ocean. These balloons harm marine life and damage the environment. Releasing them can result in fines of nearly $1,000. This story is a reminder that sometimes a simple idea can have unexpected consequences. What begins as a moment of happiness can turn into a tragedy if precautions are ignored. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss our next documentary. And tell us in the comments, on what occasion do you enjoy releasing balloons the most?